Okay, today we're looking at how to create your own net worth statement or your own balance sheet, your own personal balance sheet, which is really just what you own minus what you owe and equals, equity or net worth. So this is the software that I use, and people can go in and connect their accounts just like any other of the, if you've ever seen any of those budgeting apps, Mint or Monarch Money, but you can type in your bank that you use and it'll prompt you to enter in your, secure credentials. But for now, I'll just enter in stuff manually. And let's say someone has a checking account. It's a joint account. This is just like a sample client. We'll just say it's at, Chase Bank. We'll say there's $10,000 and you'll start kind of just going down the list. Credit cards, if there's any credit cards, let's say you have a credit card, another Chase credit card, and there's $1,000 balance on there, and but you plan to just pay it off in full every month, and so that represents a little bit of credit card. Investments, this is where you would have like any 401k stuff, individual retirement accounts, taxable accounts. This is the whole list of stuff that you would want to start compiling to figure out what your family and or your business personal balance sheet is, trying to get an idea of net worth, quote unquote. So let's just say someone has a Roth IRA and there's $100,000 in there. Now we'll just call it, husband's Roth IRA. Usually you put someone's name in there, so client, and then we can put, how it's invested. Let's just say for now that it's invested in growth mode with, mostly equities, owning companies, real estate, diversified, big, small, emerging markets. And then, if someone has a stock plan, they can also add any valuation there. If it's private stock or if it's an actual publicly traded stock, you can enter in, the vesting schedule and exercise strategy. If there's an 83B election or a cashless exercise, you can add grants. Is it a ISO, RSUs, NQO? So this would be a spot to enter in any stock options or stock compensation, RSUs, anything like that. And then loans, this is where someone would enter in, like if there's a mortgage, for example, let's just say it's their mortgage and it's got 450,000, or the original amount was 700,000. That was the original amount of the home value from a couple years ago. Interest rate at that time was probably around 3%, loan term 30. So this is just all getting towards organizing and gathering all of your personal financial information, getting it going in one place. The payment's probably going to be around $3,000 populated there. Property, this is where you would, okay, is there a rental or an owning a property? We just said that there's a mortgage, so you own a property. Let's say the current value is 900,000, and property tax we'll just say is 12,000. Annual insurance we'll say is 5,000. Annual maintenance, you can put a number in there for maintenance. Annual appreciation, 3% or so. Purchase price we can say was 750,000. So you're starting to see the net worth tabulate here as you enter in cash, cards, investments, properties, insurance. This is where you would input any, if you have group policies through your employer or group disability. Also, you could enter in, like if you have a term policy, for example, and let's just say it's it costs $500 a year and it ends in 30 years. And the death benefit is $1 million. So it'll start to tabulate all this information, and you're just really starting to organize and develop your balance sheet. That'd be like, let's say you're a business owner and you have we'll just say an LLC, and we'll just say the current valuation is $1 million, growth rate of 10%. annual income, allows you to put in some income information here, growth, 10%, cost basis, we'll say 200,000. And then when is it planning on selling, things like that. That's like for projections for the future, but at least for now, it shows the valuation up here. And that's really it. That's as basic as it needs to be for figuring out what your family balance sheet is. And here's more like in a traditional way of viewing it in like kind of a report mode. Assets up top shows your cash. Is it who owns it, which spouse, which partner, and then or is it jointly owned? We have the Roth IRA, real estate investments, business. So total assets, $2,010,000, and then some liabilities. We have our credit card and our mortgage, and then net worth at the end here, 1.3 million. And then kind of shows graphically the difference of assets minus liabilities equals net worth. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight on how to create your own balance sheet. You know, this is software that I use, but someone could just as easily do that on a piece of paper or on a Excel sheet and just start tabulating all the things you own, all the things you owe, and then the difference is whether or not your net worth positive or the same or negative. Thanks for listening. Until next time, take care.